Hello, everybody. This is Bennyhillz back with another vintage cube draft, and this is a pack. Wow, we got Gataxian Probe, Polluted Delta, Natural Order, Simic Signet, Mana Crypt, and Jace the Mind Sculptor, all of which are great first picks. I guess Simic Signet's only an okay first pick. I think we got to go with the Mana Crypt here. I love me a Jace. Don't get me wrong. I especially love it on turn 2 off of a Mana Crypt, but Crypt is just so busted. It's worse in control decks where you're not going to be ending the game very quickly, but the ceiling on this card is just so ridiculously high. So, yeah, I think we want to go with this. Worth noting that I guess I was going to say there's not much for mono white in this pack. There sort of is. Like, Elspeth is pretty good, but like if Elspeth wheeled, that would be a really, really good. That plays very well with Mana Crypt. I think Crypt is at its best in mono white decks, and mono white is very good. So, that's something to be somewhat aware of. Okay, here we have another really good pack. There's Watergrave and Tropical Island. It's never a bad thing to take a nice dual land that's blue. Two good counterspells in Force of Will and Remand. Inquisition of Kozilek, Blade Splicer, and Metalworker. I don't think I want to take the Blade Splicer here. It is good with Mana Crypt. I mean, turn 1, Plains, Mana Crypt, Blade Splicer is a really good start, but I'm not going to take that second. Like if that wheels, then I might want to move in. I don't think I want to take one of the counterspells or blue lands here. They just don't really go well with Mana Crypts. Like if you play turn 1 land, Mana Crypt, hold up Remand, then Remand and just hit yourself for 3 every turn. That's not great. I think I like taking the Metalworker here, actually. It's a very high upside pick. It plays very well with Mana Crypt. They work well in the same sort of deck. And then if Mono Brown is looking like it's cut, we can pivot into Mono Red or Mono White pretty easily. Seems like a pretty good place to start. Okay, so another good pack. Thief of Sanity is great. Noble Hierarch's great. Glen Elendr's great. But I think I'm going to take this Course of Portal here. Again, like if the mono white cards all wheel, Spectral Procession will come around and we can take that, and that would be pretty great. But Course of Portal plays really well with everything we have right now. Playing it early off of Mana Crypt is great. So yeah, I think that's what we want to do here. Alright, not much for us here per se. That's a somewhat late Draga Tree Speaker. We could take Beaumont Courier. We could take Kozilek. I don't think Beaumont Courier is very good in this sort of deck. Although, it is the sort of, like, there's still, I guess we're probably not that likely to go into mono red. Doesn't look like red is particularly open here. Beaumont Courier is just not that great if we're not somewhat aggressive with, like if we have a bunch of expensive cards, Courier becomes a lot worse. But I think I like taking it here. We're not missing out on much, and there's definitely a world where this becomes pretty good. And if we get a few other things where artifacts matter, then just being an artifact is almost enough on its own. Okay, now we can take Inkwell Leviathan. That's pretty great in like mostly mono brown. It's a good tinker target. And we're not missing out on too much here, so yeah, we'll go with Inkwell. Renin 6 is good. Caracas is good. There's Wildfire too. We could take Wildfire. We don't have much in the way of like signets and stuff right now, unfortunately. But Wildfire is good in this sort of deck. But Caracas is just a great card. I actually think I want to take Caracas. Wildfire is good. If we had like a couple red signets, then I think I would take it. But Caracas is just so good in any deck, and we can sort of build around it, and it's good interaction. And then I still think there's a world where we end up in mono white. And it's just obviously amazing there, so I think that's the correct pick. Also pretty late Entomb, but I don't think I want to move in on that right now. Yeah, I think I'd rather take Caracas. Okay, well there's an Exhume. Not much for an artifact. I guess Karn actually is good. Yeah, Karn is just good. Mono white does look pretty open, but you can play Karn in mono white as well. And we still might be like a mostly mono brown deck. Ooh. Okay, that's a really late Workshop. There's Brimaz 2 and Winter Orb, but Workshop is looking really, really good here. Okay, so I think we do take the Elspeth here, but we're not planning on moving into mono white, really. It's just like it's like the best for like we could be like mono white artifacts sort of, and like have a few cards that can win the game on their own, like Elspeth. Okay, now we take Oust. I think we could take Godless Shrine as well, but I think I like taking Oust. I mean, Inquisition is good, but this is probably a bit better. I guess no, Birthing Pod doesn't seem very good. Okay, Sacred Foundry could be good, but I think Amiri's Call is actually pretty nice. I think we'll go with that. So we're going to be like a weird white artifact deck now. We can pick up a Disenchant, which is really, really good. Especially if we get Balance. Like, this is a perfect deck for Balance. Ooh, Nahiri's pretty good. It's a bummer that we don't have that Sacred Foundry. So this deck is a little bit all over the place. We need a few more artifacts to really pull this together. But I think we have a decent enough start for it. Ooh. Mind Twist, Karn, Chromox, Grim Monolith, all good options. I think I'm going to go with the Grim Monolith here. It just generates so much mana. And Chromox is surprisingly bad in this sort of deck. Like, if you have a bunch of artifacts, you can come in awkward situations where you just don't have anything to pitch to the Chromox. I would love it if the Karn would come around, but I think Monolith is just too good. We also don't have that much cheap acceleration, really, outside of the Mana Crypt. There's a Sword of Feast and Famine. Duretti is great, but it doesn't seem very easy to cast. We could just take a Leon and Relic Warder and be like mono white. At this point, we're not really playing Inkwell Leviathan. Sword is okay. It's not great, though. We probably should have gone into Reanimator, honestly, if we're getting Exhumed that late. I think I'm going to take the Sword here over the Leon and Relic Warder. It's not great, but we could get Stoneforge, and that would make it pretty good. Now we have Memory Jar versus Oblivion Ring versus Containment Priest. I think I'm going to go with a Jar. I want to get my artifact count as high as possible for Metalworker and Mishra's Workshop. Good Reanimator target, though. Guess right now we're not really playing this either. This is a pretty weird deck. I think we need, like, if we could get Balance and a few more white Planeswalkers, this could become really good. Ooh, interesting. There's Tinker, Smokestack, Stoneforge Mystic, and Armageddon, all of which are pretty good for us. I think we want to go with Tinker here. It has such high upside. We have a good Tinker target already. We don't have great mana for it, but I think it's just so good that it's worth picking anyways. And then maybe we can wheel one of these white cards. Crucible of Worlds is interesting. Mer Battlesphere, Wormcoil, Thalia, Relic. Lots of good options here. Even land tax. But I think I'm going to go with the Crucible. We don't have anything that really combos with it at the moment. But it works very well with like Smokestack and Armageddon. And although, maybe we should actually take a Battlesphere so I have another good Tinker target. Actually, yeah, I think that's a little bit better. We have nothing that combos with the Crucible at the moment. We could get stuff, but we're like late enough in the draft that I don't think we can bank on getting like whatever we want. Now it's between Skyclave Apparition and Hangerback Walker. Apparition is a better card overall, but Hangerback is better for this deck, probably. I think I'm going to go with the Hangerback Walker. This is really good, but yeah, I'm going to go with the Hangerback Walker. I really do want to have some cheap artifacts. Okay. Elspeth Conquers Death, another Sword, and Unexpectedly Absent. I think I like taking Elspeth Conquers Death here. This card is just really, really good, and this is like the exact sort of deck that it's built for. Academy Ruins, Impulse, Dismember, and Colonnade. I think we got to go with the Colonnade here. I would really like to play this Tinker. I mean, we could still go mono white and then just take Dismember, but Tinker makes our deck so much better. Yeah, we need to be able to do something broken, and I think we want this. It also, like, taking some blue cards opens up other good blue cards we could get later in the draft, like, you know, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk. There's some good ones out there. Okay, Bolus the Citadel is an interesting tinker target, but I think we just take Chromox here. Gideon is fine, but not great. And we have enough colored spells that Chromox, I think, will be pretty good. Alright, I'll take a Leon and Relic Ward. I think that's better than Field of Ruin here. Okay, Trinket Mage is interesting. We do have a decent number of things to get. Actually, yeah, Trinket Mage seems quite good. But Oblivion Ring is also good, and it's possible we don't play blue. That's very close. I think I'm going to take Oblivion Ring here. Trinket Mage is good, but it's not broken. Okay, Stoneforge now. We're not going to play it if we have only one sword, but if we get like a Batterskull, then it'll become quite good. Ooh, these are both interesting. I think we're not really a Thalia deck, though, and Lantax is actually pretty nice. This is a weird deck, but I think it's maybe good. I guess right now we're probably not actually splashing blue. Like splashing just for one tinker when we have pretty bad fixing doesn't seem great. Okay, Basalt Monolith versus a couple fetch lands. We don't have anything that combos with the fetch lands right now, and they don't even get us blue. There's also Port. I think I should take the Basalt Monolith here. Although we don't even have like a bunch of top end, really. But I think Monolith is worth it. Actually, no, I'm going to take Port. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Port. This card is very, very good, and we have a ton of spells. So we're going to be making some tough cuts either way. And so taking a card that's like pretty much a guaranteed upgrade, I think is worth it. Okay, Thraben Inspector is actually really nice here. There's Oblivion Stone too, but this makes an artifact, which is good. And it's a cheap card, it draws cards, so it really just does pretty much everything we want. I would like a Factor Fiction as well, but still not confident we're even playing blue. So hopefully Oblivion Stone comes around. Ooh, okay. Ugin is perfect. That's exactly the kind of thing we needed. So easy Ugin. That was one of the best things we could have gotten here. Council Judgment is great, and I hope it wheels, but definitely taking the Ugin. Okay, there's a Tundra, but I think we're just going to take the Elspeth here and be mono white. And like, now we're getting to the point where we have a decent amount of top end that can win the game. Maybe Sun Titan comes around. Golos is also somewhat interesting. We can Golos for Karakas or Workshop or something, but I think Elspeth is a bit better. Okay, Koldatha Forge Master versus Ravages of War. Ravages of War actually seems pretty bad for us. We don't have as much artifact mana as I would like. But Forge Master's not really that good. I mean, we can get more Battlesphere, I guess, but that's not amazing. I think I would rather have the Ravages here, especially if we can pick up like one or two more pieces of mana. Alright, I don't think anything here is really great, so we'll take Seasoned Hallowblade, which is like a weirdly good sideboard card in some matchups. Looking like Stoneforge will not make the cut. Ponder is great, but again, I think we're just not playing blue at this point. So, Vryn Wingmare is not really where we want to be, so we'll just take Figure of Destiny, which is actually not bad. This is a good card that's cheap and can win the game on its own. Ooh, interesting. First of all, Yorion, does that do anything? Not really. And this Sphinx of Steel Wind is not great. I think we just take the Tithe, which is actually really good. I said it like that was a sad pick, but I'm definitely happy to see that. This is a weird deck. I don't play mono white mid range very often, but I think it's pretty good actually. I mean, not that archetype in general, but this specific deck. Windswept Heath doesn't do anything for us at all, right? Yeah, so we'll take Spirit of the Labyrinth. Nice. Oblivion Stone came around. I don't think we have any need for black mana here, so Scrubland is not necessary. I'll take the stone. Giver Runes, sure. It's not great, but we can side into like a slightly more aggressive deck in some matchups. I think Sun Titan was coming around. That would be... I guess it's not even amazing here, but it would be fine. We're cutting land tax, cutting sword. Then playing 16 regular lands. I would like one more good spell to play. Actually, I think playing Wrath of God seems pretty reasonable here. We can pitch it to Chromok sometimes when it's bad, and we have a lot of Planeswalkers. Ooh, this is really close, actually. What does Sun Titan get back? Not that much. Like, you can rebuy, like, Oblivion Ring or O-Stone. We don't have any lands to get back with it. Yeah, I actually think Golos is just better for us here. It's also an artifact, which makes it easier to cast off of Workshop. Silverblade is a good sideboard option for when we go aggressive. Sure. Alright, so weird deck, but I think it's pretty good. At this point, we will cut the Wrath, actually. We're not looking for playables. And I don't think we want the Ravages of War either. I sort of wish that we had taken Skyclave Apparition over Hangerback Walker with how the deck ended up, but I still think this seems fine. So if we did 16 lands, let's see how this would look. So in terms of cards that only produce mana and do literally nothing else, I count this in that category as well. This is quite a few. That's 20 cards. But I don't really want to go lighter on lands. We do have a high curve. And we have ways to use excess mana. I wish we could use Golos, but we're not even close to being able to get all that. So this is really just getting Caracas. And then that's good defensively for tapping, for like getting rid of their stuff. And then we can also just use it to like recur Golos and get all of our lands out of our deck. I don't think we have enough creatures for this, but we can side it in some matchups. And we'll bring in land tax when we're on the draw. All right, sweet. Yeah, I think we'll just run it like this. It's not busted, but it's definitely interesting, and I think it could. I think it could do pretty well in a lot of matchups. We'll struggle against decks that have a lot of counter magic since we're relying on just like resolving one like 5-drop or something like that. So hopefully we don't play a bunch of counter decks, but against a lot of other stuff, I like our setup a lot. So I'll see you in round 1. All right, here we are for round 1 against Balana999. We are on the play, which is excellent, and we have a great hand. I'll keep this. We don't have a good way to use Mana Crypt immediately, but we have cheap interaction. Turn 2, like Oust or Oblivion Ring is pretty good. And if we draw one more land, then we can play Golos on turn 3. Mountain Pass, okay. Well, this is a little awkward now because, like, if they play something, we'll want to, like, I would have loved to be able to go interact on turn 2 and then play Golos on turn 3. But now if they play something we want to interact with, we have to choose between these two, but seems fine. Against Mono Red, the life loss from Mana Crypt could be a bit of a liability. Lotus Petal. Interesting. Rampaging Frostodon. Okay, couple options here. We could just play Elspeth, or Golos. That would require us to play Mana Crypt, though, which I don't love. So we'd go to 19, then they would hit us down to 16, and then we flip a coin with Mana Crypt. I think I'm just going to Oblivion Ring this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. It saves our life, like our life total, which I think is going to be important here when we have Mana Crypt. And like if they play, they only have 2 mana, so they can't play like a Planeswalker this turn, really, that we care about. If we draw land, we can go Oust plus Golos this turn. Or just Elspeth. Wow, a lot of mana acceleration over there. What is this, like a Thundermaw, Koth? Okay, sure. We can use Elspeth Conquers Death on that, or just play Elspeth and make tokens if we draw a land, which would be ideal. They could minus the Koth to make 4 mana and play like a Chandra or something. That would be a little scary. If they could put 2 things. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's annoying that this is how it works on Magic Online, that can happen, but it helped us here, that's for sure. Okay, Grim Monolith is worse than drawing a land there, but still allows us to play Elspeth this turn, so can't really complain. So that, I mean, the Koth is getting close to ultimate, but we can use Elspeth Conqueror's Death to take it out, even if they can deal with our tokens. And the +1 doesn't really do anything because we can have infinite blockers for the 4/4 now, so I think we should be in pretty good shape here. Okay, Seasoned Pyromancer, so they're making blockers. They're trying to protect that Koth. Interesting. Splashing green, okay. And then making mana, whoa. Okay, I don't really agree with that play. And then not the best sequencing there either. All right, let's see if we can win this. Tails never fails. Called it. Okay, so a lot of options here. We can't really attack profitably. I don't think we're in a rush to play the Elspeth Conqueror's Death, though. Do we care about using Oust? Not really. I think we're just going to play Golos and make a bunch of 1/1s and pass. The board is super clogged. Do we want Caracas or Port? Probably Port here. They don't have that much mana, so we can take them off of mana pretty well. And then, again, like we could Oust here, but it just doesn't do that much. We take 2 damage. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. We'll just pass. Balana 999. They're a fan. That's great to see. Thank you for the kind words. Looks like opponent's just passing. They don't really have good attacks here. All right. Remember last time I said Tails never fails? It actually does fail sometimes. So we're going heads this time. Called it. All right, so we're going to make some more dudes. And I think it is worth it to just Elspeth Conqueror's Death this now, because now we can tap a land and really constrain their mana and potentially set up the kill the Elspeth ultimate next turn. Like if we tap a land but they can minus the Koth, it just doesn't do that much because they can still make 5 mana. All right, sweet. So we're playing against a red aggressive deck. Should be a fairly good matchup for us. We're on the draw, so we can bring in land tax. Wrath of God definitely seems good. Seasoned Hellblade is a good blocker. Giver of Runes could be good. What's bad? Memory Jar is probably not really where we want to be. Like we could just go a little bit smaller here, like cut Course of Portal and like Metalworker. Actually, yeah, Metalworker seems pretty bad. We're cutting a bit of our top end. We're on the draw, and they have a lot of cheap burn. Like if we tap 3 mana for this, and then they just kill it with a bolt, that's a pretty bad exchange for us. And then 1 more cut. Course of Portal is slow, but it's like I don't have no card draw. We already cut Memory Jar. We could cut a land on the draw since we're bringing in land tax. I think that's fine, actually. Yeah, we'll do that. I really wish we had a Batterskull and we could bring in Stoneforge and be pretty well set up for that, but alas, we do not. Do we want the Giver? What would we be cutting? Mana Crypt is a bit of a liability with a life loss, but I think it's still good enough. We could cut the Portal, but again, I really don't want to just have a bunch of like half of a mono white deck and then just like not be able to really consistently outgrind them. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run it back like this. Let's see, they go turn 1 Zergo, we go turn 1 Caracas. Oh, wow. Opponent was doing some spicy stuff over there. Alright, this hand is keepable. Mana Crypt is awkward. I mean, it just always is going to be awkward in this matchup. I don't think we want to go turn 1 Figure of Destiny plus Hangerback Walker. Just because Mana Crypt on turn 1, like we're a slow deck. We're not going to be able to win very quickly. And we'll just die to our own Mana Crypt if that happens. We can disenchant our own Mana Crypt, but it's not like accelerating into a turn 1 Hangerback Walker is even that effective. So I think we're just going to probably hold off. Yeah, so we can just go land, oust this and pass back. And then they're going to draw that in like 2 turns where it's way less relevant. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. Ooh. Alright, I think I will Jam Corsa Portal here. Yeah, I don't love getting the mana crypt down, but I think it's worth it. Just to get the cards flowing. We need a way to win the game. And this will draw us towards that. They do have green mana this time. Rampaging Ferocidon, okay. So we take the 2. Tails. Rats. Homage. Okay, so we could play Hangerback Walker for 2 plus Figure of Destiny. We are going to take 2 damage then, but I think that seems like it's our best bet. And again, there's a good chance we'll end up playing our Disenchant on our own Mana Crypt this game, but that's fine. So if they have... Okay, Ren and 6. That's a little bit annoying because they can kill our Figure of Destiny and then hit us for 3. So we're down to 10. Yeah, this is not great. They don't have many cards, but still not feeling great about our current position. We need to win this flip. Tails again? Alright. Oh, vote Carnage here. If they want to blow up the world, I think that favors us. Alright. No surprise there. So we could kill their Rampaging Ferocidon with the Elspeth Conquers Death. That seems worth it, I think. Yeah, actually, we almost definitely need to do that. We can't just keep on taking hits from it. So we pass back, and now, awkwardly, we cannot, like... So if they have a way to kill this, it'll get -1/1 counters, and we won't actually get the dudes, unfortunately. And we don't have, like, if we had more mana, we could disenchant our own Hangerback Walker in response, which would be pretty good. Okay. So, that's a good play by the opponent. It goes down to a 1/1. We can still level it up. No attack, alright. So we'll level up, untap. Going over to heads this time. Nice. Going back to Homage now. One, two, three, four, five. Wait. Yeah, we have enough to just play Amelia's Call now, which I think is the correct line. Is it? Yeah, it is. So we'll make some 4/4s, and then we can play Chrome Mox and get rid of our Disenchant to hold up the ability to level up Hangerback Walker. I don't think that accomplishes that much. So I think I'm just going to attack the Ren 6 with this. We'll see what they do. Opponent said GG's there, but it doesn't seem over. They could burn us out, but all right, sweet. We got there. So, good start. We managed to take down the Mono Red Menace, which, I mean, if you're playing Mono White, that should be a good matchup for you, but it's still good to figure that out and get the win. So we are 1-0, and I will see you in round 2. All right, here we are for round 2 against Dr. Katz. We are on the play, and we have a great hand. This hand looks like it's a Mono White, like an aggro deck. But then we'll just play Oblivion Stone on turn 3, and our opponent will be very confused. I love 1-drops that scale well in the late game. This is such a cool design for a card. Sort of funny that it has First Strike, though. That doesn't really do that much. Like, oh, whoa, opponent's on a mold of 4. That sucks. But an 8/8 flying First Strike is pretty much the same as an 8/8 with flying, but oh well. Okay, looks like we're playing against green. Mana Vault. Wow, that's so rough for the opponent. Our draw is just lining up so well with theirs. So down to 3 cards. We can Oblivion Ring their next play. Yeah, they missed the land drop. I think it is correct to just Oblivion Ring that. Hit for 3. Now the best draw would be Elspeth. Okay, yeah. That was not too much of that one. You could teach someone how to play and they would win that one immediately. No need for skill. Alright, what do we want here? So definitely Wrath of God. We don't know that they're playing mono green, but they probably are. Sword of Feast and Famine is pretty good since it gives protection from their whole deck. Probably. And then Land Tax is good since we're on the draw. What do we not want? Disenchant is good against Mana Vault, but in general it's less good against this sort of deck. Spirit of Labyrinth is also probably not super good. I think I'll keep in Leonin Relic Warder because it's just like it can do more. Like the ceiling is a lot, or the floor is a lot higher. Stoneforge Mystic just to get 1 sword doesn't seem like it's worth it. Golos, I guess, is fine. Definitely like Oblivion Stone. We might not have enough creatures for the sword. Yeah, especially because I guess we could actually cut a land. Yeah, I'll cut a land on the draw with a land tax. Because keep in mind, we also have Mirror's Call, so we have 16 lands. Yeah, I think this seems fine. It's not the best creature count for a sword, but we also have like Elspeths to make swords and Karn, so our functional creature count's a little higher. Ooh. A lot of mana here. What does this hand do? It's so bad. Yeah, we should log in this. Okay, this hand's much better. We'll definitely keep and put back a Plains, I believe. Or Samiri's Call, actually. I think I'm going to put back Amiri's Call. I can't really imagine just playing this game for a while, and I think we'll want to curve out to some extent. Hex Drinker. Okay, well, we have a good answer to that. So we'll play the Metalworker. And if I had known that we would draw Plains immediately, then I would have kept the Amiri's Call over Plains, but I think we'll be okay. Hopefully they just level it up. Okay, if they attack... Oh, they're not attack. Yeah, I would have traded there, but that will not happen. So we could add... Yeah, we could just play turn 2 Battle Ball. That seems great. Boom. That's a quick clock. Courser of Crufix. Okay. Those were fellows, so they're doing some stuff for sure. Grim Monolith. Alright. Just going to hold that in hand. It makes more mana in hand than it would in play. We'll attack with a Battle Sphere and hit them for some damage. And drop the portal. They don't have enough mana to make the Hex Drinker a beast. They're 1 mana short right now. Play the Raphellos, sure. If they have Crater Hoof, we're in bad shape. We actually might have to Wrath. I guess I'll take this. There's a world where we want more mana. Homage. Okay, so we'll definitely start by attacking. Go to 6, and then they chump block. And Now, do we want to... Let's see. We could play Golos in the same turn. This is so close. I think it is worth it to do this, actually. If they play Craterhoof, we just die. And I don't really think they can win if they don't have Craterhoof. Yeah, we'll put them back down low on mana. So, Wrath of God. And Golos. Now, do we want Karakas or Port? Probably it's got to be Port. I mean, Karakas would be good. I would like to start recurring Golos just to take lands out of our deck, but taking them off of a mana I think will do a lot of good work. Oh, that's a little bit bad. But we're still drawing 2 cards a turn. Okay, so we'll attack for 3. And I think I do want to Oblivion Ring that. It's not the best ever, but like when they have a shuffle effect, that's pretty good. So then we can tap one of their lands in their upkeep. They can... Sakura Tribe Elder is a great draw for them because they can block our guy and still develop their mana. If we draw a removal spell, we just win. Oh, they're out of cards. So we would have won, I think, if we hadn't played the Wrath, but I still think we played it correctly. Homage. Figure of Destiny is a good draw. So they go for the block here. And we can go land figure. I guess we might as well play Grim Monolith. Yeah, there's no reason not to do that. Okay, so then we'll pass. Tap one of these in the upkeep. And we can have 2 lethal attackers. Okay, that's game. So, tough. The opponent had some frustrating draws there. I mean, mulliganing before and then flooding a lot. But that happens sometimes. That's definitely a flaw of the green decks. And we are now 2-0-4-0 on to the finals. Who knew that, like, mono white mid-range was a broken deck? I guess it is. See you in the finals. Alright, here we are for the finals against Phoenix 2-1-4-3-4. We are on the draw, unfortunately, but we have a good hand. So we will keep. The only card we can pitch the Chromox is Elspeth, but I think we probably will just do that. Never mind. I was going to say that so that we can hold up Port, but if they play a fetch land, then we can't really do that if they play correctly. Yeah, I think we want to just go Plains Pass. Like, yeah, they did this, so we could have made them pay 2 life for their Watery Grave if we had made the last play, but I think this is still better because now we have the option of playing Elspeth on turn 3 if we draw another spell. I'm not just going to run out the Oblivion Stone. I just don't think that accomplishes that much, so we'll just get the Port down and tap the Watery Grave. Opponent's got some pretty good mana over there. Definitely tapping the Watery Grave. Green is the least scary of these 3 colors. Night's Whisper. Okay, that's not that scary. Alright, I was going to say I wanted to draw like any spell so that we could play Chromox, but that works too. I think it's better to get Elspeth down than Coercive Portal. Yeah, I just want to start pressuring in. This pressure is like a Planeswalker or something they could play, which I think is pretty valuable. I guess we could have played Chromox, exiling Elspeth, and then played Portal plus Rishadan Port, one of their lands, but I think this is just better. Like, we want to get a clock on them. Oko, well, that's a little scary. Soul Ring, jeez. Nice. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we'd drawn any spell that we could pitch to Chromox, then we could have played Battlesphere this turn, which would have been really nice. Do we want to hit Oko for down to 2? I think that is worth it. And making a 1/1 doesn't actually do that much, so attack the Oko. Then play... I think I'm still just going to hold off on the Crocus for the information. Go land, Portal. And then upkeep, tap their Water Grave. Yeah, we could cut them off of green, but I think I'd rather cut them off of double blue and double black. It would make sense for them to be like a base blue-black deck splashing Oko. It's pretty rare that you see green as like a... It's either a very primary color in a base green deck or a splash, although immediately eating my words when they play Gilded Goose, but still fine. One annoying thing about the Gilded Goose is it does mean we cannot kill their Oko since they have a chump blocker. We can hit our Elspeth down to 4, or down to 3, but then she'll go back up to 4. Alright. Let's go, back-to-back wins. I'll be voting for Homage here. Alright, so I think it is worth it to kill their Gilded Goose here, rather than make another 1/1. Attack Oko. They block. And then we jam the Battlesphere and hope they don't have a counterspell, I guess. I mean, if they do have a counterspell, things are actually starting to get a little bit ugly, but we still have Oblivion Stone as a last resort. Bummer. Mana drain too. Alright, that's bad. That's quite bad. So it takes 8 mana to fully do this, which we can do next turn. So if they tap out for like some monstrous thing, we still are going to be okay, probably. I guess they could play like a Terracodon. Oh, Vorinclex. Okay. This is funny. This actually shuts down Oblivion Stone. Or like not really, but it means we can't put fate counters on stuff because it rounds it down. So we would put half of 1 rounded down, which is 0. Oh, this even works on Planeswalkers, too. This card's actually pretty good. We're taking a lot of damage here. They can kill our Elspeth and hit us for 6, but we just need them to not have another counterspell. Interesting. Leaving 1 back to block. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to block there. Don't tail twice in a row. I'll switch ahead there. Nice. I guess I'll vote Carnage here. If they want to blow up everything, I'll let them. Okay. I mean, yeah, we just need... Oh, this is legendary, so we can, Caracas it. Maybe we don't even go for the Oblivion Stone yet. Is there any chance that's correct? Because the longer we wait, the better with Coercive Portal. But also, they get more draw steps. Yeah, I don't think that's correct. So I'll play this. And then play this. Nice, okay. Do we just pop it now? No, I think I'm going to pass. I'm actually okay with taking 9 damage if that's what they do. And, I mean, I guess they could just Oko targeting the Oblivion Stone. Yeah, it probably doesn't actually matter, but... Okay, they're just going straight to combat. So, if we do Caracas to bounce the Vorinclex, they can just mess it up with Oko. Is there any value in waiting? Like, if we... they're definitely just going to Oko this, right? I guess so. The value we gain by not just popping it now is if they misplay. Then we can do this end of turn, which would be slightly better for us. And we're taking 6 damage. I think I'm just going to assume that they're going to play somewhat reasonably, though. Right? I mean, but it's not that bad to take 6 here. Actually, never mind. I think I'm fine taking 6. I really don't think that's going to hurt us here. This isn't like the sort of deck that is going to be pressuring our life total very much. I mean, I guess they have this Vorinclex here, but... Okay, so they did make the right play. Unfortunate. So we got slightly punished. We took 6 damage that we didn't need to. That's all that happened there. I guess we could have also... maybe they also get the mana from Soul Ring. Yeah, that was pretty bad, actually. Harmonize. Oh, that's like the worst possible thing they could have had there. Yeah, that is absolutely devastating. Be something we can Relic Order. Okay, I think we're just going to die now. Miria's Call. Well, that's pretty good, I guess. They can get back Vorinclex is the thing. But we do have Caracas up. I think we just cast this. I don't think I'm going to play the Chrome Mox here. So this is a 2-turn clock. Creeping Tar Pit, okay. We'll see if... okay, they do bring back the Vorinclex. So we're taking... I think we're just taking this here, but then we can bounce that on our turn. Leovold, okay, that's not very scary. No attack. That's a large misplay. Okay, so we can go... I think we just go for them. I mean, we could kill the Liliana, but I think killing them, or just like going for their life total is better. Like, they could rebuy Gilded Goose, I guess. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it's worth it to just kill Liliana. So we'll go to combat. Send this at Lily, this at them. Okay, and now we can play Figure of Destiny. And Hangerback Walker as a 2/2. Does it enter as a 1/1? Actually, I think it should still enter as a 2/2. Oh, it does enter as a 1/1. All right. So then we'll pass. We can beat the board. If they have other scary... Okay, Miscalc, that's not a problem. We can bounce their Vorinclex. Our life total is low, but it's not too low. If they attack with everything... If they animate... Wait, let's see. If they animate the Creeping Tar Pit, they can't recast Vorinclex. Okay. This seems fine. Then they attack with everything. Or leaving back a zombie. Okay, that makes sense. So now what we can do is... Oh, interesting. Alright. So we bounce the Vorinclex. Then we'll block the zombie with a Figure of Destiny and level it up. So they trade. And take 3. They can't replay the Vorinclex. They do have other cards. Hex Drinker. Oh, no. Okay, if they just level that up fully, that will kill us. Because they... Oh, wait. Yeah, this will. Because they can also attack with the Watery Grave. Or with the Tar Pit. They spend 4 to level up. Whoa, it looks like they're doing something other than leveling up Hex Drinker. Tassiger, okay. Tassiger doesn't really do anything. We have blockers for that. So let's see. They can spend 4 mana. No, they spend 5 to pump this up, so they have exactly enough mana. So... Oh, wait, no, we have the Tar Pit, or the Rishadan Port. So I think we can win this. Okay, so let's think about this. We're going to be using our Caracas and our Port. So we have 4 mana left over. So we can't play Golos. Do we want to attack with both of our angels is the question. Oh, they can play Vorinclex and we'll need to bounce that. But then they're not leveling up the Hex Drinker. I don't think we need to attack with both of our angels. We can just leave one back to block the Leovold. So let's see, we'll play this. Say no. And, right, I think we just want to attack with the 1. If they level this up all the way, we need to be able to block both of their creatures, but we do have 2 blockers back. Without the angel. If we do attack with both angels, that plays around them top decking a creature with flying. There's not that many realistic cards they could have, but they could have like a Thief of Sanity or something, I guess. Is there any way where we need back the angel to block, though? Not really, right? Because these can handle the Tassiger and the Leovold, and we're bouncing the Vorinclex if they play it. Yeah, so I think we do just want to attack with both to play around them drawing a flyer. I guess if they have a removal spell... actually, that's more likely, if they have a removal spell. But if they have a removal spell, we actually already die, right? Because if we attack with everything, they kill one, we die. But if we leave one back, they kill the angel, we still die, because then we're double chumping, and then we're 2 turns away from winning, and we definitely can't survive that long. So we can't beat a removal spell either way. And this beats them top decking a flyer. So this is what we want to do. And I'm not going to tap the Creeping Tar Pit before they animate it, because then they can just use it to level up the Hex Drinker and also draw a card. Okay. If they're leveling up Hex Drinker, I think we win. All right, sweet. Rashad and Port. Putting in work. And we can even meet a removal spell now, because we can just bounce one of their things and block the other. Wow. What a game. That was sweet. That was a really fun one. So they're playing Sultai. They're heavier green than the average Sultai deck, which is pretty cool. Their deck looks good. They have a lot of Planeswalkers. This could be a tough matchup. We're on the draw again, so we'll bring in the land tax. I don't think we want this. Although, actually, no, I think we do want this. Sword is good against a lot of their colors. What do we not want, though? Spirit of the Labyrinth is good against Harmonize, but it's probably not great overall. I don't think we want Ravagers of War. They do have a greedy mana base, but they also have mana guys. So, like if they play Birds of Paradise, that does not go great for us. We haven't seen that much that Disenchant's good against, and we already have Leon and Relic Order. We want to run it like this. We could also bring in the Sword for Plains. Yeah, that's probably worth it, actually. I think I could imagine games where the sword basically wins single-handedly. So yeah, we'll run it like this. Okay, great hand. It's a little heavy on the land. I mean, it's not phenomenal, but Mana Tithe into a 2-drop is a pretty good start. There's the sword, which is much better than a Plains here, and plays pretty well with a hanger back, so pretty happy with that change. Okay. Well, it would have been a hard choice between playing hanger back for 1 and holding up Tithe. I think I'd probably hold up the Tithe, but definitely just going to play Figure here. Not going to counter that. I'd much rather Tithe than Oko than force through a Figure of Destiny. So So whenever a permanent is put into a graveyard, you get a counter. I mean, yeah, this is definitely worth tithing. Sorry, Sarulf. Elspeth Conquers Death. That's a pretty good draw. We'll drop Hangerback Walker. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana for Sword to play and equip next turn, but it's fine. We can just play the Sword and level up the Hangerback Walker, probably. Tireless Tracker. Okay, that's pretty good. Metalworker is very good. It might die, but if it doesn't, then it'll give us a lot of mana for next turn. Okay, Leavold's not too bad. No land. That is great. Okay, so we're going to make some mana here. Play the Sword. Oh, they just concede. So we could have played Karn and equipped the Sword there, I think. Actually, no, we would have been 1 mana shy. But that was pretty sweet. We got there. Pull up the deck list. So this was our deck, and it was sweet. We got a 3060 trophy with mono white mid-range. I wasn't really expecting it to play that well, but it really felt pretty strong. I mean, our draws lined up pretty well with our opponents for the most part, to be sure. But we had a decent amount of quick acceleration, some cheap interaction, then a lot of good threats. We never drew Ugin, I think, but it was a lot of fun. And, I mean, yeah, it's sort of fun to play mono white and win without having just a bunch of 1-drops and Thalias. So I guess there's multiple ways to do it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.